Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Here we are the group of the four students: Veer Anand Singh, Darshit Baghel, Pranav Goel, and myself, Samyak Jain. Where we are getting the project over the how to predict the sales for the ad campaigns ran over the Facebook. The data we here took is on the open source network, that is Kaggle. Moving on, we are using the models like random forest regressor to forecast the sale prediction basis on the likes, comments, shares, and the impression of the ads ran over the social media platform. Taking from here, Darshit would be carrying on to start the PPT.
Now come to the about the data. We have a 10 attribute in our data set. First one is XYZ campaign ID. This is an ID associated with each ad campaign of XYZ company. Second attribute is FB campaign ID. This is ID associated with how Facebook track each campaign. Third is age of the person to whom the ad is shown. Fourth is gender to the person to whom the ad is shown. Fifth one is interest, a code specifying the category to which the person interest belong. Now sixth attribute is impression, the number of times the ad was shown. Now seven is click, number of the click on that ad. Eight one is spent, amount paid by the company to Facebook to show their ad. And ninth one is total conversion. It is a number of the people who inquired about the product after seeing the ad. And tenth one is approved conversion, the total number of people who bought the product after seeing the ad. Now come to the problem statement. And the objective of this work is to predict the sales of any product or service advertised on the Facebook based on the number of views, click on, comment, and reshared. This will help the business to get an idea about the sales beforehand basis on their campaign or audience number. For the instance, a study shows that the 1,000 views apparel ad get a 10 order, then this give an idea to the company about how about for predicting for their future sale. Now I hand over to the Beer for the further explanation.
So the target customers we are dealing with is small retailers, distributors, the home vendors which do the home businesses, the small businesses, the new startup which can have a good platform for advertising their own startups, the personalized small business owners which buy the product and personalize them according to the customer needs, the food chain vendors and pre-owned shop owners as Facebook provides them a huge variety to portray their products and resell it to the customers. Now I'll hand over to Pranav Goyal for the approach we use.
Now the approach use. Actually, this is the problem not from today, but it is from the very beginning. But in this project, we have used the Python software that is different from the software we have using the customer like Google Analytics and Linden Analysis. In this, in Python software we have used it to predict the sale conversion ratio, and by using visualization and data analysis, we have generated results. Also, the Seaborn analysis and the random forest regression has also been used in this project for the further analysis of the data. Now, I will hand over to Samya for these codes. Samya, your mic is off.
Oh, sorry. Initially, all the data is being pre-processed to acknowledge all the attributes present in the data. With the help of the libraries as NumPy and Panda, all the basic functional processing has been done. Like moving on forward, there was a file that is KAG conversion which has been downloaded from the Kaggle. As been told by the Darshit, it has the very attributes like campaign ID, FB ID, interest, the age group, the people shown. Okay. Now moving on forward, keep scrolling. Keep scrolling. Yeah. So, like coming to the point, like here we have used the many libraries like Seaborn, Matplotlib. The basic concept of the our study, our work was to check on the correlation with every of the attributes with the other, for which we get the idea that it is a clear observation that impressions and the total conversions are more correlated with the approved conversion than the clicks and the spend. As can be seen, uh, move forward, like open the PPT, don't open the report. Yeah, moving on forward. So, so here when we could get the experimental results, we check on the count of the ads ran over for the different campaigns. And here we see that there are the three different ad campaigns for the XYZ company, which shows that the campaign sees has the most number of ads. Also, when we compare that a company versus the approved conversions, like for the company A, for the company XYZ, we have the campaign A, campaign B, and campaign C. As I told, the campaign C has the most ads being run over. So it is clear from the graph that the approved conversion for the campaign C is more. Hence, we can see that it is correlated. The number of ads are directly proportional to the approved conversions. Also, we checked upon that the age group. So the age group is showing very better results. Like age group of 30 to 34 has more counts than other group. Hence, the ad should be aligned to the age group of 30 to 34 for whatever the product is being sold. Then there was a comparison how the interest versus approved conversion affects the idea of being purchasing any product online. It was interesting to note that although the count of the interest after the 100 is less, like I would like to tell, we have given the interest, different genre of interest a number. So the genre after the 100 is less. There is a rise of users after 100 who actually bought the product. Hence, the rest of the distribution is according to what we expected, that the ad campaigns which were of the interest from 0 to 40 has more approved conversions than any other else. Hence, we can conclude or observe that it implies that the ad campaigns from for the interest of 0 to 40 has the ability and capability to get the more sale than any other. Shall we move forward?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll put it in.
Yeah. So now coming on to the flowchart according to how we have proceeded into the dataset. So the data was downloaded, and then as it is a secondary data, so the pre-processing of the data was done. Removing and renaming the columns was one of the tasks we performed, and then analysis of data was done. So basically, we have calculated the efficiency of the ad campaign depending upon the two major attributes, which is random forest regression and customer acquisition cost. And now moving on to customer acquisition cost. So customer acquisition cost, can you please all mute yourself? So the
Okay.
customer acquisition cost is the cost related to acquiring a new customer, and which can be related to, for example, if we see into our data set, so campaign A has 600, campaign B has 100 of the campaigns running onto it. So campaign A is far more likely to have a higher approved conversion as it is running more campaigns than B. But if we calculate the customer acquisition cost, we got to know that the campaign A has a CAC of 60, while campaign B is having a CAC of 5, meaning that campaign B is more effective on repeat. So therefore, we check onto CAC, and then random forest regression is basically a model where it is estimator that fits a number of classifying decision trees. So here we have taken the decision tree n is equal to 10, and we'll calculate the mean absolute error. Then after we calculate the R square value, which will give us the further how data fits into our regression model. I please request to mute yourself somewhere. So approved conversion and efficiency of ad campaign. So if we check out to the approved conversion, so the maximum approved conversion will give us the efficient of the ad campaigns, and other way around is we check across the customer acquisition cost, where we divide the amount total amount spent and the approved conversion, and we take the minimum of that, and that comes out to be efficient ad campaign. For example, in this, so if we check across this example, so here the campaign B has a CAC of 5, which means that B is more effective. Then moving on to the results, it has already been discussed by Samayak, that here the correlation has been calculated, and we have got an wonderful observation that impressions and total conversions are more correlated with approved conversion than the clicks and the ad spends. And here are the different campaign ID and their count. Company versus approved conversion, that which campaign has more approved conversion, and this also has been discussed by Samayak. So moving on to conclusion, I would request Pranav Goyal to please highlight some.
As discussed in all the project, we see that the big data can be used to predict the real life outcomes that can be the sales of the company or sector, and this can help the company to how they can launch the product on the social media and how they can track on the activity to increase their sales. As discussed in the previously by Samyak, Beer, and Darshit, this project we have used the random forest regression and the customer acquisition cost in the Python. In the random forest regressor, this is a algorithm which enable us to solve both the regression and the classification problems. And the customer acquisition cost is one of the more important metrics in this project because it helps to see what is the cost for acquiring a new customer, and this cost can help the company to see how they are getting return on their investment, or what is their profitability margin, or what is their profitability. So as discussed by Beer and Samyak, that impression and the total count are more correlated with the uh, approved conversions than clicks and spend. There in this we have three different type of campaign, and those ad campaign C had the most number of ad and the better approved count. Also, aged 30 to 34 people has more count than any other group. Also, it is interesting to see that in the campaign B and campaign C, both in the age group of 30 and 34 show more interest, whereas in the campaign A, it has shown in 40 to 44. If we talk gender wise, it has a similar interest in all the campaign. Uh, it is interesting to note that although the interest count after 100 is less, there is a rise of user after 100 who actually bought that product. So from here, I would like to conclude. Thank you for the wonderful initiative.
So I would like to request my team members to once again introduce yourself and thank everyone with a very good, nice note.
I am Samyak Jain and I was a part of this team. And yes, I contributed in the coding and the modeling of this algorithm.
Thank you, Samayak. Pranav Goyal.
Hi, I am Pranav Goyal, and I was a part of the team. I was responsible for collecting of the data and the report forming and formatting for report preparation.
Hi, I am Darshit Baghel. I was a part of the group, and I am contributing to report.
So hi, myself Biran Singh. So I contributed towards the data gathering and making the presentations very well. And now we have learned that there is not only the total ad and the total number of rupees spent on the ad. So there are basically ratios involved, which are very much useful to calculate how effective is the ad. So further, which we have not calculated the ratios are the ROI and ROAC, which gives the return on ad spend, which is the other way, a very good ratio to calculate the efficiency of ad. But by the way, we have calculated it using the CAC, which also has the same formula. So yes, it was a very wonderful working on this project and looking forward for same project with the same team. Thank you.
All the data has been uploaded on the GitHub. The link of the GitHub repository has been shared on the report. So please check it. If there is any query or that need to be discussed, please let us know.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.